You may have heard similar versions of this quote where it talks about you yourself drinking poison and wishing that the other person died. I've seen it come up as like holding on to anger or holding on to resentment or not forgiving is like feeding yourself poison and hoping for the other person to die. And I'm feeling this quote today in the sense that there's a bit of heaviness. And this is something that I feel like all humans go through, right? Especially when it comes to wishing something could be different or wishing someone could be different. And that's what's feeling heavy on my heart today. Just seeing, and it's usually someone we love, right? Seeing someone that we love, hoping that they could see the beauty within them and wishing they would change. But when you feel that so heavy within yourself, knowing that they won't change, it can be hard. And so it reminds me of that quote. When you're holding on to that wish, you're just adding more weight to yourself. I am heading to an area of San Antonio that is one of my favorites, and that is the Pearl. I scheduled a facial for myself because my husband took off for my birthday, and so I have an opportunity to come here and get treated. So I'm all done with my facial. What did I add? I added an anti-aging and something else, and I'm supposed to try and not sweat for about a week. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm feeling great. I'm super relaxed and happy that I treated myself. So it's my birthday and we are right outside the restaurant, and I've never been here before, and I'm excited to check it out.
I have never been here before.
We're in Southtown, in a beautiful spot, and we're about to head in with the familia.
Everyone's done, oh gee. Trying to figure out what do you want me to.
In my favorite greenhouse. I spy coconuts. As I celebrate what my friend would call my personal New Year, I'm reflecting on how far I've come just this past year alone. As I mentioned, there was a lot of dark times that I traveled into, a lot of awareness of, I think being human, right? Obviously, we aren't perfect. And we know that, but we also need to take ownership of things that we've done. And that dark space for me was really realizing, right? Like, I know what I have done in my past, but it was really reflecting on how my actions affected others over the years. And that included, all of the things, the envy, the greed, coveting, holding on to things, stealing, cheating, lying, manipulating, all of the things that we don't want to embody as humans, or maybe some of us do. I don't want to embody those as a human. And really tying that to yoga philosophy and how all of that comes up, because those things are there, right? And some of them are there in ways that I didn't realize before. Like, to think of the word stealing, right? Stealing is not always stealing something tangible, right? You can also steal time away from yourself or others. So just reflecting on how I affected others and being in that deep, dark space was really the impact of the realization and how it was weighing on me. And then climbing out of that dark space was realizing that perhaps I did behave certain ways, and I know I can do better. And so this is about awareness and doing and being better. I am just reading a plethora of books right now, but I wanted to share a couple books that I recently finished. And books impact me in such a huge way, and I feel like when a book hits you at the right time is when it's just so beautiful. So most recently, Living Buddha, Living Christ, I actually listened to this on Audible, and The Service Berry. And I'll talk a bit more about both of these. So most recently, Living Buddha, Living Christ, I actually listened to this on Audible, and The Service Berry. And I'll talk a bit more about both of these. The Service Berry is by the same author of Braiding Sweetgrass. And I came across this book in a local bookstore that I absolutely love, and didn't purchase it at the time because I do that. I mean, there's just so many books that I want, right? So I didn't purchase it at the time, and then my partner gifted this to me for Christmas. So this book is all about noticing abundance and reciprocity in the natural world, and how we can do our part to live in reciprocity, but also consider living in a gift society. And really realizing that when we live in a gift society, for example, the free libraries is like a gift society, right? We only take what we need and then we give back what we don't need. So that's a gift society. But realizing ways that I could do better, especially when it came to eating and like purchasing food, and just realizing that, yes, I could cook in abundance. And if I do that, maybe I freeze my food, maybe I give my food to others, which I have done. And that helps me live in a space where I'm just more aware of the imprint I have on the world around me. Living Buddha, Living Christ is Thich Nhat Hanh. What I loved about this so much is that he really touches on the mystic Christians that he met in his life, and how when you're really coming from a space of appreciating spiritual leaders like Buddha, like Christ, then you're really able to see how we are all connected as humans. And when we find that connection within ourselves to others, we're able to come from a place of love and compassion. So just a beautiful one. And I'm reading so many. So I will share those along the way as I continue to read them. I know I mentioned The Innate Design, which is just great because it talks about the energetic bodies. The one by Azar Nafisi, which all of a sudden I can't. Oh, Things I've Been Silent About. And also there is a book about my favorite state, Vermont, and how Vermont was impacted by the counterculture in the 60s and 70s. That one I haven't picked up in a minute, but I'm over halfway done, so I definitely need to finish it. I am sharing with you, thank you for joining me during this video this week. I am sharing with you my playlist I created for my yoga class. And it was really an opportunity for me to enjoy my favorite era of music. So I made a playlist focusing on alternative songs from 2005 to 2015. And that is in the link below. I hope you enjoy so much. Next week, I am going to guide you through what my weeks look like. Managing a yoga studio, managing homeschooling, managing all of the other things I do in my world with my own practice as just being a human, but also my own business as well. So I look forward to sharing more with you and hope you have a great day. Thanks.